In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create a pivot table from multiple sheets in Excel. I've got a file here that has multiple tabs based on different regions. We've got Northwest, Northeast, Southwest, Southeast, and Central. And I'm going to combine them to create one pivot table that's going to make it really easy to summarize all this data. So avoiding creating multiple pivot tables and then trying to consolidate it, I'm going to set that up all in one big pivot table. So I'm going to show you how we can set that up. And if you want to follow along, I'll leave a link in the description for this video where you can download the practice file as well. So let's get started. So the first thing to do is you want to have your data set up in tables. If you don't have that, that's fine, because what we're going to use is Power Query to help us do that. So I'm going to select anywhere in my data set, hit the Data tab, and select From Table/Range. And this is going to load the data into Power Query. And so it's going to detect your data. If it's not correct, you just correct the range. Otherwise, leave it as is, and then select the option that your table has headers, ideally, and it should have headers, just to make sure the consolidation process works well. So I'm going to hit OK, and that's going to open up Power Query and load the data into here. And now once it's in here, what I'm going to do is go to Close and Load and select Close and Load To, because I just want to create a connection. Because when we're closing and loading in Power Query, it's going to reproduce another table for us. But in this case, I just want to only create the connection. And I'm going to hit OK. And that way, it's just going to create this connection on here. If you forget to do that step and it creates another tab for you, then what you can do is just delete that tab, and then it's going to show just the connection only. So I'm going to repeat these steps for these other tabs as well. So again, just selecting anywhere in your data set, go into the Data tab, From Table Range, do the same thing, and we're going to repeat this over and just basically closing and loading to remove, to just create that connection and nothing else. So anytime you do the close and load, it's going to prompt you what you want to do, only create a connection, and let's do this for the other ones as well. It doesn't matter where you select your on your range, you just want to select anywhere, and it's going to automatically detect it. So as long as there are no gaps in your tables, Excel is going to have usually no issues in creating them and automatically detecting them. So I've almost got this last ones done here, and I'm going to purposely forget to close and load to a connection, just to show you that even if we do that, if I just hit close and load, for example, and I forget to select that I only want to do a connection, what it's going to do is create a table here. So in this case, I've got this table, so I'm just going to right click, delete it. Get rid of that, and now it converts just to a connection. So if you forget to do that, it's not a big deal, but just saves you that extra step. So From Table Range, and this may seem like a tedious process, but this is just one time that you need to do this. And so close and load one more time, close and load to, and then select the connection. And then once we've got that in there, we'll have all these connections now set up. So we got table 1, 2, 3, 4, and I deleted the 1, so I got table 6 here. So now that I've got all these set up here, now what I'm going to do is go back into Power Query. So I can just right click, edit anywhere on here, and that'll open up Power Query for me again. So now I've got Power Query, and one thing that I'm going to do at this point is rename these tables just to make it easier to know what I'm referring to, because table 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 not really helpful once I'm in Power Query. So I'm going to right click, rename. Table 1 is going to be Northwest. Right click table 2, rename it, and enter Northeast. For table 3, right click, rename it Southwest. For table 4, right click, rename, and call it Southeast. And for table 6, let's do that as well. And this time let's call it Central. So now I've got that set up. And now what I'm going to do is add a custom column, because I want to be able to capture the region for each one of these. Because right now it looks all the same. I've got date, name, department, store, dollar amount. So before I group them together, I want to add another column. So I'm going to go to the Add Column tab here, and I'm going to click Custom Column. And by doing this, I can specify how I want this column to be called, and I'm just going to call it region. And so I'm in the central region, so I'm just going to type in quotes, central. And every value is going to say central, which is what I want. I'm going to repeat this for each of these tables. So custom column. And it's important that the column name is the same, because when I'm grouping this, want to make sure that it's all the same. So southeast, and then do the same thing over here. Add a custom column, call it region again, and southwest in quotes. So the key reason to do this is just when I consolidate this data so that it's easier to know what's coming from where without having to worry about remembering which table related to which region. So I'm hard coding this in here just to force that field to be created. So last one here for northwest, again, region northwest, and now I've got these values in here. So that's important just to make sure that I've got that identifier. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to append these queries together. So I'm going to go to the home tab here, and under append queries, I'm going to hit this option here to append queries as new. So it's going to create a new query, and I'm going to select the option to append 3 or more tables, and I'm just going to select all of my tables here, and I'm going to hit OK. And now it's just going to add them together into one new append query. And now what I can do is now I can actually load this back into Excel. And now it's going to create a new table, and this time it is fine because that's exactly what I want. And now once it's in here, now I can actually go in and create a pivot table as I normally would. So I'm going to go to the Insert tab, click on Pivot Table, and I can click on a new worksheet if I want. But now I can pull in the dollar amount. I can split this by region. So I've got the central, northwest, and that was the key reason why I wanted to create the additional column, so I had those regions. So let's put the regions in the columns, and let's put the date in the rows. So now I've got a breakdown by month, and I've got my different regions. So I can slice and dice this data as I normally would with a pivot table. So maybe I'll change the field settings so I've got values in here, currency. And so you can do this just as you would with the normal pivot table. You know, we can still have that drill down capability to see those details. So that's the benefit of going through Power Query to do this. It's a really easy way to set this up. The one thing to note though, once you've updated data, so if you add values here to any one of these different tabs, what you're going to want to do is go to the Data tab and click Refresh All. And what this is going to do, I'm going to open up the queries and connections here, is once I hit Refresh All, it's going to refresh all of these queries. It's going to refresh all those queries and refresh that appended query. But to make sure your pivot table also updates, once you've done that Refresh All, right click anywhere in your pivot table and click on Refresh, and that'll make sure that your data is up to date. So 2 refreshes that you want to do: the one Refresh All to refresh all your queries, and then the refresh of your pivot table just to make sure your data is up to date. And that way you can incorporate any sort of changes that you make to any one of your fields, because Power Query is going to reconsolidate them, reappend them together into this one table, and then it's just a matter of refreshing your pivot table. But by doing it that way through Power Query, that's the easiest and quickest way to consolidate multiple sheets. And you know, setting up those tables, setting up those additional columns, that's just a one-time process, setup process that you have to do. Afterwards, as you can see, you don't have to do that anymore. It's just a matter of refreshing your data. So this is the best and most efficient way, I think, to create a pivot table from multiple sheets, and it's just a matter of repeating these steps however many sheets that you have. So that's all right for this video. If you did like it, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.